All right, man, we are back. We've gotten some interesting opinions today. We talked to Nubias. We've talked to a couple other folks, and wow, Hawks fandom is a real thing. Anyway, let's go to our third caller. Who we got joining us now?
You know who it is, Josh.
Oh my goodness.
You know who it is.
Oh my goodness. Who gave this man a microphone? Who gave this man internet?
the
Guys,
One of the original crew.
we got the OG here. We have Tony back. Tony to come back, give us his thoughts on Atlanta. Tony, what is happening?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm glad I can. We got some time here to talk through some things because it's been a big week. It's been a big
That's
few weeks,
Oh
and
yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
I mean, first off, happy 4th of July tomorrow, the birth of our nation, and the birth of a brand new Atlanta Hawks by the look of it.
Oh yes. Oh yes. So Tony, who is the longest tenured Hawk right now?
Right now, I think it depends on who you. All right, so if we're going from years, it's Kirk Heinrich because he was here.
Oh, that's true.
But continuous years, by continuous years, it's got to be Corver now. Corver
Corver,
and Millsap came in together.
you're right.
Yeah,
You're
and
right.
it's the original crew, which is not our original crew, but Josh Smith, Joe Johnson, and Al Horford. They're all
That
gone.
crew.
They're gone.
They're gone. Jeff Teague gone. All of them are
Gone.
gone.
It's all the originals, and now we're into a bold new future, I guess.
Man, are you a little depressed because Horford left?
I've been thinking about it, and I am. I tried to talk myself into it. I really did. I went through a whole last night when I got it. When I saw
Yeah,
his tweet, which was now I think Celtic pride with all those shamrocks. Now it's going to be a
disgusting.
yeah.
But hey,
I tried to talk myself into not being upset about it. And I tried to say, you know what, we're better now. It's fine. I can't do it. I can't do it.
well,
He was the guy. He was the guy who he is one of the reasons why I'm a Hawks fan.
yeah,
And it's difficult to say goodbye to him now, but
yes.
it is what it is. What are you going to do?
It hurt.
The only good thing is that we're not paying him 113 million over 4 years. That's the good thing. That's the only thing that makes me feel better. But
It helps you, yeah.
outside of that, I feel pretty bad about it. How do you feel about it?
It's how do I put this? It's odd to have been with the guy, listening to him for so long, and just kind of talk about all the pro Hawks, pro Atlanta, how he loves to live here, all that stuff through the last couple years, mainly through his career, and then only to realize he left in free agency. And how do I put this? The quote from his father didn't really help at all.
That pissed me off, man.
That
Me off.
that didn't help, especially because he left in free agency. Um, you heard that the talks were so close to him returning. I had an image in my mind that the front court of Millsap, Horford, and Dwight would just be unstoppable. That rotation, you could go small or big, but
Maybe.
hey.
I don't see. That's the thing. To me, the Dwight Howard deal doesn't make sense if you're losing Al Horford. In my mind, I can't really, I can't really justify it because it just doesn't make sense to me that you would essentially trade, which is what we did, Jeff Teague and Al Horford for Dwight Howard and Taurean Prince, and say 440 million in salaries that you're saving. Well, maybe probably more than that with the difference in Jeff Teague and Taurean Prince. But I don't think we're a better team now than we were before. I don't think we're a better team. This roster is a better roster than what we had last season.
Yeah, yeah.
And that bothers me.
Totally understandable. I don't know. What do you think of, because you mentioned that, what do you think of like this being a shakeup? Because it's no mystery. A lot of people kept saying, Horford, Millsap, we're not going to get anywhere. Well, look, we shook it up like some people wanted.
Oh, it's a shakeup.
Oh
It,
yeah.
you don't lose your you don't not lose, but you don't trade your starting point guard and then let your starting center walk in free agency. You don't do that if you're not shaking things up. The only question now is, are we going to get a backup point guard?
So,
We need a backup point guard because Dennis Schroeder. I mean, who's going to back up Dennis Schroeder?
true.
It's not going to be Kirk Heinrich.
Well, I was going to ask you.
It's not going to be Kirk Heinrich.
I'm trying to find the news real quick.
If it's Kirk Heinrich, I'm going to be upset because he's not. He doesn't deserve to have backup minutes in the NBA. Not anymore.
Well, you're going to be upset. It's not Kirk Heinrich, but I want to say Just News just came in like maybe 30 minutes ago. And as I try to talk myself into, okay, have you ever heard of someone named Malcolm Delaney?
Malcolm. No,
Okay.
I've never heard of Malcolm Delaney. Oh God.
Okay, so the Hawks have just signed guard Malcolm Delaney to a 2-year deal.
Wow.
Reporting from the Vertical.
Yeah, I see this Peachtree Hoop. Yep, I see it now.
Okay.
Wow.
It'll be interesting. I just want to know.
He played on Bayern Munich. Oh dear. Wow. So he came from Europe.
He was cheap then, and
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's why. So
he played at Virginia Tech for 4 years. He was undrafted in the 2011 draft. Oh my God. Ooh. So he did 4 years in Europe.
Well, I do have to ask, can he shoot? And is he an okay defender? Because
he's 6'3".
That's good size for a point guard.
I mean, by the look of it, he's mature, right? He's an older player, which is maybe a better thing. Someone who isn't, we're not talking about a rookie here. He shot, okay. Well, in the last season he played in Russia for a team called Lokomotiv Kuban Krasnodar.
I am amazed you can pronounce that. I don't know if that's the right pronunciation, but you impressed me right there, Tony.
Well, what can I say? I'm foreign.
You impressed me.
He shot 40% from three.
Okay. All right.
70 for 174.
Okay, so he took a good amount of shots.
So he was, he scored. He was averaging 16 points a game in the Russian league, 5 assists. That's not terrible. I mean, he's clearly a backup, but maybe he could be a value backup. If he's super cheap, then we could still make another Shelvin Mack out of him. We could try and sign another free agent because we need someone who can. Because I don't think Kyle Korver should be starting in the NBA. And that might be a bad opinion, and I think there are some people that would disagree with me. But I think that Kyle Korver is twice as impactful off the bench because he's going to be playing against lesser competition that isn't going to be ready for him. He's going to come in there, hit 2-3 threes, or at least disrupt some stuff. But the thing is that he needs to be in a platoon with Cephalosha, Bazemore, and someone else, and not Taurean Prince or DeAndre Bembry, who are not ready now to get legitimate minutes, I don't think, in the NBA. So I think we need to sign a shooting guard or some sort of a 2-3 for the bench. Someone maybe a little bit older, maybe on like a 1-year deal, like a rental. Someone with an expiring contract. But I don't know who that is, and I don't know how we. Or someone who is like maybe like they'll take a 1+1 with a team option, like a free agent. But I don't know who that would be.
You hear that, Tito Horford? We do have the passion.
God, I mean,
Is
That
that too early? Too soon? No.
the words hurt.
Anyway,
Al would show a little more respect.
well, it was the words of his father, so we never know. He could still.
True. We could have an Aisha Curry, Steph Curry situation going on here.
Oh my goodness! Okay, I take that back. That was actually entertaining to me. I'm an evil and terrible person, but
I would agree.
that whole stuff.
It's like a train wreck.
Yeah, it was so entertaining to me during the finals.
Can't look away.
Oh yeah, but oh boy, yeah. They apparently Hawks signed a backup point guard, Tony.
I think it's probably better than nothing, because, like we said, Dennis needs the backup. He needs it because he's not going to be able to do it on his own, and Kirk Heinrich isn't going to. I think there's a good chance that we probably even waive Kirk Heinrich this year, to free up a little more cap space so that we can try and sign someone better.
How's his contract? Because I'm not familiar.
I think he's on a veteran. I think he's on like the veteran.
So he has one more year.
Yeah, I think that he has one more year left, or it might be he might actually be. He might actually be an FA right now, but restricted. There's a chance.
Okay. So you're basically acknowledging that in my mind, this Kirk Heinrich, Dwight Howard free-for-all for the number 12 to wear on game day. This could happen.
Yeah, that's going to be a definite. Yeah, I think Kirk Heinrich's going to lose that battle. That's my take on that. Because Dwight Howard, I guess, is Dwight Howard our star now, or is it still Paul Millsap?
Good question. Dwight Howard is the known commodity, but at the same time, I don't think people realize how good Paul Millsap was. He kind of just grew into being really good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was not this good when we got him.
No, he wasn't this good in Utah either. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. So since you're on the topic of Dwight Howard, thoughts, just every thought going through your head, Dwight Howard related.
It's I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but I'm worried for a number of reasons. The first one being that I don't believe that Dwight Howard fits in Coach Bud's system. Now, we would not have signed him if Coach Bud didn't feel like there was something he could do with him, right? Because when you sign a player like Dwight Howard, that's a statement. That means that you think you can play with him. Because I don't see Coach Bud as being of the opinion that let's just get the talent and see what we can do with it and figure it out later. I think that for him to sign someone, that means that he's got a plan. So that gives me a little bit of, I guess you can call it, comfort a little bit. But I'm concerned by the fact that Dwight Howard can't shoot free throws. Like all of a sudden now we're one of the teams. Did you ever think that we would be the Pistons or the Clippers, where we have to, because if you think about it, Josh, guess what? Now we're going to have to watch a lot of games where they're hacking Dwight Howard in the middle of the court, and we've got to watch Dwight Howard shoot 15, 16 free throws a game.
That's true.
You didn't think about that, did you? I thought it was the first thing I thought about. I thought, I'm going to have to watch Hacka Dwight basketball now. We signed Dwight Howard, and he can't shoot outside of 10 feet.
I was going to say, I did text Garrett the day it happened. I heard, crap, now all of a sudden I hope Silver changes the rule.
All of a sudden we went from being the team that was like bullshit. Sorry, I guess we'll blurp that part out. We go from the opinion of being the team that says, no, you should learn how to shoot free throws because we were one of the best free throw shooting teams in the league. But now, we're bringing in hold on, let's see. I don't want to mince words here because I don't want to underplay how terrible of a free throw shooter he is. He shot 49% from the line last season.
That is
49%.
It's not wonderful.
Al Horford shot 80%. And I
Well,
don't know. It's not like he was getting to the line that often, right? Like Al Horford got to the line. He averaged 1.6 free throw attempts a game, which is nothing. Which is one thing that the Celtics are like. To be honest, like I think that he's probably overpaid. I wouldn't have paid Al Horford that money, and I think that that's what it came down to. I think the Hawks said, "We'll make it work with Dwight Howard for $40 million less across 4 years, than pay Al Horford $115 million over 4 years and say, all right, because that's a rough contract. That is a rough contract for the Celtics. And I think Dwight Howard is probably a better bargain for the money, but I worry about what the on-court product is going to look like. I wonder if we're going to be able to make it work off the bat. I think that we're going to look like not very good. I was going to say something. I don't think we're going to look very good in the beginning of the season. Maybe by the middle of the year we figure it out, but the beginning of the season is going to be rough trying to figure out what it is with Dwight Howard. And Dennis Schroeder as the starting point guard also, right? I mean, that's going to have a huge impact on what the day-to-day gameplay is going to look like for us. So we're going to see a very different on-court product next year.
it's certainly going to be something.
Yeah. Exciting, maybe.
Maybe exciting. Apparently next year is also a really good year for the draft. So there's also that if you guys want to follow it.
Oh, God. Here's to hoping that the Minnesota Timberwolves do really well.
Timberwolves, if you hope the Hawks tank, I don't know, whatever your thoughts are.
We have the right to swap picks with the Timberwolves if they make the playoffs.
No, it's an additional pick, I believe, that we get.
Additional pick?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not a swap. It's we get their pick if it's in the 15 to 30.
Yeah, pretty much. We keep
lottery protected, yeah. So here's hoping the Timberwolves make the playoffs.
Timberwolves make the playoffs, and depending how some may feel halfway through the season, that I don't know. Millsap takes an extended rest. Same with Dwight, and I don't know. Anyway, it's definitely a thing.
Are you, Josh? Are you so depressed that you're already in let's tank mode?
I was in the let's tank mode if Al doesn't come back.
But I never expected that we would get Dwight Howard.
I never expected that either. Simply, if you go through my history of how much I was making fun of,
me too.
That might. I don't know. I'm trying to talk myself into it. I don't think he's not going to be as bad as he was in Houston, just because I feel like, it wasn't for him, not for him, but just they didn't really adapt to his play style.
Man, he was putting up in 2010-11, 2011-12, he was putting up over 20 a game. He was pulling down 14 rebounds a game. I mean, he's averaged double-digit rebounds every single season he's been in the NBA, including last season. I mean,
that helps us.
That's big, right? I mean, that's something. And that's not going to just go away because he's playing on the Hawks. He's going to still get that every night. You know, I mean, that's a big upgrade. But, I mean, Al Horford could shoot threes, man. Dwight Howard cannot shoot a three-pointer. Dwight Howard, I think, has hit one three-pointer in his entire NBA career. I mean, it's like, and not to say that three-pointers are everything, but that's an important part of Bud's system.
Maybe I don't know, maybe Bud will have to change things up. Or maybe he'll just go full Magic, surround Dwight with shooters, and hope he rebounds everything.
Why not?
It's the best I could think of. He's got Millsap playing next to him.
Do you remember Dwight Howard with Jameer Nelson and Luke Ridnour?
Yeah, I hated that team. They beat us.
I hated that team. They swept us. They swept us in, what was it, 2007, 2008? They swept us out of the second round. And I mean, I hated the Magic. And now Dwight Howard. I watched Dwight Howard play in Atlanta. Southwest Atlanta Christian we played them twice a year. You know, I mean, I played in the same gym as Dwight Howard. I mean, he was older than me, but he's a legend in Atlanta, absolute legend. And I think that that's maybe an underestimated aspect of this, which is people are going to come out to the games now. I hate to say it, but Dwight Howard is about as popular as Al Horford in Atlanta. You could make an argument for a team that never really rallied around the Hawks, like Al Horford said, like his dad said. People are going to rally around Dwight Howard because he's from Atlanta. I mean, people still remember Dwight Howard playing in the gyms around here. You know, I think that plays a big role into why he wanted to come back and maybe why the Hawks were willing to take him. But it just seems like such a bizarre move.
Yeah.
And I mostly expected Horford to go to the Thunder.
In my heart, I didn't want him to go to the whatchamacallit. I didn't want him to go to Boston just because I don't know. Do people understand how much Atlanta fans dislike the Celtics?
I don't think so.
Do you think people understand that? Because I would be like any other team, I'd be like, okay, whatever. But the Celtics.
We played them we knocked them out last year. If we play that same series with the roster that we have now and they play with the roster that they have now, I don't know if we win that series.
I don't know if they win that series. I question if I made a question wondering, are the Hawks a playoff team?
Oh, God. We could be a 5 seed, maybe. Indiana got a lot better. The Knicks got a lot better.
Oh, I'm thinking like 7 or 8. I'm thinking like 8. I'm thinking of the teams.
It depends on what Dwight Howard we get.
True.
Because if we actually manage to make Dwight Howard work, we could come out of this like geniuses. But that's only if. Because Dwight Howard is he's an enigma in the NBA. You know, he's the butt of more jokes than he is the superstar nowadays.
Yeah. And it's reported, you know, Horford didn't want to play with him. At least that is the rumor out there, and from what we've heard earlier. But yes. Anyway, Tony, you have any last thoughts to give to the people real quick about this offseason?
I think my heart tells me that we're not done.
Oh, we can't be.
I hope we're not done. I think that we have one more free agent signing left in us or another trade. But I'm also going to say, and this might be flip-flopping, but I'm also going to say, don't be surprised if nothing gets done because this is the Atlanta Hawks.
Well, you say that, but come on, they've had a big week.
They did. That's I hope that we're not done. I'm hedging my bets a little bit because I thought that we were gonna retool big time the season before the 60-win season, and we didn't at all. You know, I was expecting a lot more, and that was okay. You know, it was fine, and it worked out. But I could still see this team maybe not making any more moves, and I'm terrified of that. I think that we need more players. I think that we need a real wing. So keep an eye out for that. That's all I would say.
All right. Well, Tony, it has been fun talking to you. It's been fun. I don't know. We recording this day. Tony, do you have anywhere where the people can reach you?
Yeah, at Who's Your Papa on Twitter. You know, we're all connected. Check us out. Check me out. I hope you guys love CawCast. I do every day. You know, the weeks that I can make it. So I appreciate talking to you, man.
Heck yeah.
I hope you enjoy your afternoon and happy 4th of July.
Oh boy, I will. Well, thank you, CawCast listeners, for tuning in. Thank you for not jumping off that ledge like Tommen if you watch Game of Thrones.
Oh God, why would you put spoilers, bro?
Jump off. Oh my goodness, you're right. Who would?
Spoilers, man.
Come on.
You can't do that. You're lucky that I'm up to date. But spoilers, bro.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
Put
Okay.
a message in the beginning of the episode saying Game of Thrones spoilers.
You know, we talk about Game of Thrones a lot on here. Me and Garrick do. So I feel those people who would get to that wouldn't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, too late at this point. They know what the deal is.
Okay. All right. Anyway, thank you, listeners, for tuning in. Thank you for making it through the week. And thank you for continuing to be Hawks fans and supporting the team, no matter what folks say. Tony, thank you for joining me, man.
Appreciate it, Josh.
All right, guys. We will tune in next time. We out.